gross.
Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike, he's Jay. I said, God damn.
It's cold out here, guys.
It's not cold, you little bitch.
Whatever, you just took your jacket off to be poncho. Oh my god.
Why don't you bring me my baloney, bitch?
Why don't you get signed up with fucking Bad Boy Records?
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
The Baby Driver. No, just Baby Driver. Edgar Wright. Marvel doesn't want him. They said, fuck you, you're too fancy and special and new, and we don't want you.
There's the door, Jim.
Shop. Let's talk it.
I think it's the first film he's directed since he was supposed to do Ant-Man, so that's why it's fucking relevant, God damn it, you cocksuckers.
Oh my god.
But then they're like,
really?
Ansel Elgort,
50 Shades of Grey.
the Backyardigans were gonna be the main guy in this movie, and I was like, I saw Fault in Our Stars, and I really don't like that guy's fucking face.
I'm a time bomb.
Douchehole. But yeah, I didn't like his face, so I was like, I don't know about that, but it's Edgar Wright, so I'm in the boat, and the trailer looked good, and I love John Hamm. John Hamm's in this movie.
So good.
And
John Hamm looks like a fucking disheveled Jedi that should have been in Star Wars.
yes! Dude, he looks like he should be the Punisher, like every day of the week.
He should be the new Mark Hamill.
I'm saying that John Hamm has the best 5 o'clock shadow. Maybe he's on the top 5.
He's in the top 5.
That's a fucking 5 o'clock shadow.
Like, we had an argument of this. Like, number one, it's got to be at the pinnacle, at the point of peak. George Michael, 1993, when he came out with Faith. That's the most perfect shadow ever.
Nah, dude, Alec Baldwin, the Shadow.
I'm telling you, man, George Michael is the Shadow.
Alec fucking Baldwin. He was literally the Shadow, and he has the best 5 o'clock shadow.
George Michael was literally freedom.
Question of the day, who has the best 5 o'clock shadow you've ever fucking seen? That's the important shit that we discuss here on WWAM. But yeah, so this movie, it's about a guy who has a humdrum in his ear. He got in a wreck when he was a kid, so he plays music all day long, all the time, and Edgar Wright uses that to his visual style to produce a heist movie, whereas John Hamm and Jamie Foxx are the bad guys who he has to drive around to rob banks and shit because Kevin Spacey owns him in certain ways, and he's that mob guy who will break your legs and shit. And then he falls in love with the girl, and he wants to just get away.
Yeah,
like Capitol Records.
As quick as it's a Capitol Records to play a lot of tunes.
I think I was thinking of what's in your wallet? I fucked it up.
I want to say one thing about this movie is Kevin Spacey is a boss. He's a boss in this house. Cursing and just being Kevin Spacey, House of Cards, Kevin Spacey, and that's what he brings to the table in this. And he shines through no matter what he does. Jamie Foxx is good, but Jamie Foxx is Jamie Foxx. I mean, I don't know, like, it didn't really give him a chance in that. I like Jamie Foxx, but the movie itself really didn't give him a chance enough to develop a character where you gave a fuck.
Yeah, sometimes his comedy didn't work.
Yeah, and John Hamm was another one. He just, I don't know, he was thrown in as in the mix. Like, he was there, you're there, cool, you're there. But he didn't do anything really other than add a cool little, you know, he's the cool guy that you always want to be friends with in high school.
I just like to look at him though. I'm alright with him just sitting there. Yeah, it's like, I don't like guys that you're fucking handsome.
Yeah, he is good.
He looks like he eats meat every
he's
day.
He's like the, you shut the fuck up, Factory.
It's break time, god damn it.
But no, he's the kind of guy that in high school that you'd be the nerdy guy on the bleachers, like reading your book, and everybody would be making fun of you, but that'd be the one cool guy on the football team. He'd come in and be like, what are you reading? He's like, oh, I'm just reading the new Stephen King novel. I'd be like, oh, that's cool, man. You know what they say? They say that love starts in books. I dig it, bro. And you're like, then he would throw a kickball at your face. But that might be later on to impress his girlfriend.
He has to impress Steve.
But at the same time, he's just that kind of cool guy.
Yeah.
But now, focusing on the main dude of the movie, Baby, which his actual name is Baby, B-A-B-Y, which they have to spell out multiple times, like it's Sesame Street. I know how to spell baby. Not Ryan Gosling level awesome in Drive, but at least he's at the apprentice level of Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
You know, he has to have a few more classes, maybe take out a few more student loans to get to the doctorate of Ryan Gosling.
I don't think he necessarily dropped the ball. What I think, though, I get what you're saying. What I think is that, like, if you like Ansel Elgort, if you think that he's the kind of guy who can lead movies, then you'll be 100% into. I think he does fine with his role. But again, I just don't like the guy that much. I think
some of his face.
Yeah, it's just something. It's too clean, man. He looks like I don't trust nobody that hadn't stolen pizza in the cafeteria.
I think what it comes down to is like we wouldn't trust him around our women.
That's true.
You know what it is? Like that's what it is. Because I wouldn't trust John Hamm, but I would be honored if John Hamm did something.
Ham.
He loves it.
You fuck.
He loves the ham. John Hamm. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Corey Haim from another
Christ.
movie. But
that's Jason Bourne.
John Hamm. He's the kind of guy that if he was around your girl, you know she's gonna fuck him. I mean, you already know it. Like, why are you friends with him? You know that's gonna happen.
It's over with.
Just get it over
That's why I don't have friends.
But that kid, what's his name?
Ansel Elgort.
Yeah, his name should be shortened to Andrew. Ansel Hansel is the kind of guy that would be that weird, like, asshole that would, like, fucking maggot his way into your girl's heart just because of his looks. He'd be like, I don't have anybody in my life. And you're like, I'm just falling in love with your fucking dark pools of poopy water eyes, and I can't help myself but say, let's fuck. And then you'd be like, God damn it, Angle.
Yeah, and then you fucked Ansel Elgort.
Despite his looks, we're being unfair.
We are being unfair.
We're being very unfair.
Because he did a good job.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He did the kind of thing that made me sort of like him in the movie. Like, first, I guess we should say, let's just put our dicks on the table and see what happens. The movie's actually really good. Edgar Wright's visualistic style doing high scenes, when he adds the music to it, I kept thinking like Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
Yeah.
Whereas those songs I didn't care that much about before. After the soundtrack, I was like, I need it, and I listen to them all the time now. And these songs, like the way he does the scenes, mixes them with the songs, makes it almost a musical. It's great.
I think the best way to sum it up is you've got
I'm gay.
Gone in, and that too. I mean, I love the cock. I can't help it. But Gone in 60 Seconds. Italian Job meets Guardians of the Galaxy in a little way as far as the musical stylization of the film goes itself. The very beginning of the movie is amazing. Like as far as the chase scenes, the car scenes are great. Like Edgar Wright really nailed those parts down specifically really, really well. The problem I have, and it took a little while for me to be like, okay, fine, I get it. But when you throw in the Grease element at the very beginning where he's like lip syncing all the songs and he's like trying to be all badass, it's kind of cringy. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like, I don't know you that well yet, brother.
I was like, first off, Tobey Maguire fucking 2. What the fuck are you doing in Spider-Man 4? but you know remember in Spider-Man 3? Yeah, right. When Spider-Man 3 became evil and he was doing that weird jazz shit, and you know, you're like, nobody's ever gonna fuck you.
They sold it.
No possible
they
way,
sold
Toby.
it just enough, but I see what you. I felt uncomfortable.
But at the very beginning, it was cringy, and
like,
you're
stop dancing.
But then eventually it gets to a point. It's like, I get what you're doing, Edgar. I got what you're doing. I made it to the world's end. Give me a pint. I kind of fell in love with the bad guy. I kind of liked a lot Kevin Spacey. Because Kevin Spacey, there's a twist ending.
I'd rather hang out with him, totally.
Yeah, I would totally hang out with him.
He's not dancing and flying around poles and shit.
I would
like
hang out
a fucking Sprite.
Nonetheless, Ansel did do a good job. So, it's a good movie.
Mr. Court.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it is a really good movie. And like Edgar Wright's the shit. I love everything he does up to this point. But
you kind of miss Simon Pegg in this because
I always
Simon
want them.
Pegg would have been the perfect. I mean, I know that Simon Pegg's getting up there in age, but
see it.
You imagine Simon? No, I'm saying yeah, you could. Edgar Wright's stylization and having Simon Pegg as the getaway driver, and then having like maybe Nick Frost as Doc or something.
Not the dancing and stuff. And
no,
not
the dancing
girl stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, having him kind of like doing like that humdrum, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I could.
But there'd be no place for Nick Frost.
Yeah, there would be. There would be no place.
No,
but
no
maybe,
place.
maybe
he was gonna play the fat 8-year-old nephew.
He could play He could play Doc.
You don't want to replace Kevin Spacey.
No, Kevin Spacey is good though.
So, but yeah, dude, I think that you mentioned Ryan Gosling. I want to mention the Drive connections real quick. First off, this comes not that far after Drive, which, let's be honest with our buttholes here, people. Drive changed
Spread it
things.
on.
You've changed things. One day you said something mean to the cafeteria lady, and she stopped putting her nuts in your food.
God damn.
You've changed things.
What did you do?
When Drive came out, now everybody wants to do this throwback 80s stylistic stuff, and
Your
now
perm looks great.
now you've got a movie by a stylistic director. Who some of the stuff he does with the camera, by the way, totally reminds me of Sam Raimi with like the zoom ups on shit real quick.
Yeah.
Like, but anyway.
Has Edgar Wright ever directed a horror movie?
Unless you want to call Shaun of the Dead, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he did a good job,
but not like a
not like a straight up horror.
Yeah. But the best horror comedy of all time. Come out, bro.
Yeah, dude.
But still, yeah. It's one little thing that they could have changed is that I wish that Ansel Elgort's character, Baby, wasn't wearing a fucking bomber jacket. Because you already got a dude who just drives. He doesn't want to hold a gun. He doesn't want to fight with people and do all this. He doesn't want to get his hands dirty. But you can at least not put him in a bomber jacket.
Well,
like, have him have his own style at least just a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
The good news is, at least he didn't have a scorpion on the back.
that'd be a little too much. Nose.
But he does look like, I'm not lying, guys. If you guys go see this movie, which I hope you will, I'm recommending it to go see it.
It's rad as shit.
It looks like Han Solo, like the colors. And I didn't know this, but Mike told me he was like, the guy was up for a young Han Solo in the Han Solo movie, that they're going to do the Solo movie. It looks like a fucking Han Solo jacket. And I don't know if that was an inside joke between Edgar Wright and Ansel, that the fact that he maybe was auditioning for it, he got turned down because maybe he didn't look the part, and they put that. If you look at that jacket looks, to me, it just looked like Han Solo's colors.
Yeah.
The way he was, the way it looked.
That would be really saucy.
If it, Edgar Wright would be saucy enough to do it. I think Edgar Wright. But at the end, what I took away from this movie when I was done watching it was I was thinking.
I'd like a dick right now.
Yeah, that was the thought that came after what I was originally thinking, though. I was thinking of a footlong from Dairy Queen, but no, the first time I was thinking this though. I was thinking like, look, how different it would have been. And nothing against, I loved Ant-Man. Okay, Ant-Man was a great movie, but if Edgar Wright's vision for Ant-Man would have been something that he shot with this, with Baby Driver, I mean, how, you know, he could have put his own Guardians of the Galaxy spin on Ant-Man. If Marvel had just said, I'm gonna keep my dick out of your cake and let you fucking eat that bitch, Edgar Wright would have said, yes, thank you, Marvel, for not putting your dick in my fucking
Marvel
cake that I made.
Never lets people put their dicks in their cake.
No, Edgar Wright made that cake, and Marvel was like, look at my dick, and slapped it on the table and ruined his cake.
You're getting that Kroger brand shit.
But Edgar Wright was like, no, I want to make my
Standards.
own specialty sauce, and you fucking ruined it. Edgar Wright, dude, I'm just saying, Edgar Wright is a fucking mastermind at making those perfect blends of action, comedy, and making something presentable and making something relatable. And that, at the end of the day, that's what that movie is.
Yeah. This plot has been done 1,000 different times, but it's got his spin on it. When he puts his spin on anything, it changes it. Because think about the plot. It's a guy who's actually a good guy, but you make some story plot point to where he has to do this, or he's trying to escape the life, or whatever it is. It's the same plot from Thief. And then he's going to do one last job to get out of it so him and his lover can run away and he can be a good person for the rest of his life, but the mob boss won't let him do it. I've seen it 100 times.
I've seen it a million
but
times.
All that Edgar Wright did was add this spin on it with the music and the badassery, and it's just really, really fun, and it's funny, and his own style. He's just an amazing director, and I'm happy as shit to have him around. This isn't a classic Edgar Wright movie. This doesn't touch Shaun of the Dead.
No, fuck no. I don't know if anything ever will.
But it's a damn good movie for what else is out there, and it's a pretty good movie for Edgar Wright. I give it an 8 at the end of the day.
You've got red on you. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I love the movie too. I didn't love it as much as you, but it was close. Unique, zesty.
Oh man,
spicy.
Zest. I love it when you put zest on shit.
Zest makes everything the best.
Zest.
I loved it.
I feel fresh, and also like I could have some onion rings at Burger King when you say zest.
Just for the taste of it.
Zest.
Diet Coke.
Okay. I always think of Alfred.
Yeah,
it's like,
he'll be driving a black unique car.
So the question of the day is, what's the best 5 o'clock shadow you've ever seen? And what did you think about the movie if you saw it? And now we go into spoiler territory.
No, well, you did it so fast.
What?
So
that's what she said.
No, wait. So the question of the day is, the 5 o'clock shadow. What's the best? George Michael. Yes, we know. But what's the best that you think?
Alec Baldwin.
And if you haven't seen the spoiler review, what do you think about the movie? Now,
Arnold has had some good 5 o'clock shadows.
Yes, there's many. Adrian Brody has had great.
Days.
Adrian Brody had a good 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him on the list.
But George Michael had his shit like fucking.
Just me. Oh, Predator.
Laser.
The Arnold Predator.
Perfect.
The Arnold Predator. Oh man, that's
was
a
good.
whole new
ballgame. But dude,
ballgame.
George Michael had it like laser precision perfect.
Fucking, it's George Michael.
Yeah, it was perfect. And he had a cool like cross earring with it, with fucking aviator glasses, dude. You couldn't get better with that. With the fucking pop collar. Oh shit, look, dude. Like he was like, let's talk about this. Like it was fucking perfect. Okay, so this portion ends the non-spoiler. So I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. Now we're gonna get the spoiler. If you don't want to watch it, click the fuck away.
Put your fucking hand in my face, you slut.
That's a moth, bitch.
No, it was your hand. You fucking fly,
my beauties.
Spoilers. The only thing I want to say spoiler-wise is that fucking spilt the goddamn water.
That was a spoiler. That's what happened at the end. He's like, fuck, I spilt the water. Where's the fan? I thought the fan would be here.
Yeah, John Hamm's character, I liked his character a lot. Like, he was the only one that seemed to like Baby, and he seemed like a cool guy, but then all of a sudden they turned him into a cokehead Wall Street guy, and they made him the bad guy, and then the ending went on a little bit too long because they turned him into the fucking Terminator.
Yeah, they did.
I was like, just fucking die already.
The ending was kind of a mess. Like, the ending definitely had a lot of threads being thrown the fuck out, and I'm not saying that Edgar Wright didn't know what he was doing, but at some point it was just like, there was moments you're like, okay, that thread is going way out, and you need to take the needle and knit that bitch back in, because you're letting it go crazy, and you can't let them kids run wild, because I'll beat the shit out you.
That's what they did with Kevin Spacey's character too, man. Like, he was like the baddest bad guy, but you liked him, and I kind of like what he did there because I wanted Kevin Spacey's character to survive, but then they fucking killed him. Like, they turned him into a good guy, and I was like, that's kind of a weird jump all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But then again, I like it because he's a cool fucking guy.
That did happen a lot.
But then he dies, like, immediately.
Yeah, they did. The only one that was cool that they did that with was John Hamm, because John Hamm was one of those lower your defenses kind of dude that make you feel comfortable, and then like, fuck, he's fucking Joker.
Yeah.
When did I get a load of
He's
me?
Timothy Olyphant and the girl next door.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck, Disturbia 3? Like, he's just like that all of a sudden, and I kind of like that. Like, I kind of like that he flips really quick.
Yeah.
Because he's crazy. But you're right, Kevin Spacey is definitely a character. I think they ratcheted that up way too quick. It just seemed like Kevin Spacey was using him to get what he wanted, but then all of a sudden he actually cared about him, but he didn't, and then he did when he saw him with his girlfriend.
But then he died.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know.
Monsters Inc. joke, though, was fucking on
Yeah,
point.
there were so many.
That shit was awesome.
It was classic Kevin Spacey.
And then like the grandpa or the foster parent or whatever,
deaf
like
guy, yeah.
that whole thing, you could have just taken it out of the movie. I mean, he has somebody he cares about, and the girl, by the way, the girl Deborah, she was really good. I liked her a lot.
I think the reason why they added the deaf guy, though, the foster father, I think they added that in to more of another human element to it.
Right, but then
to sympathize with him.
When they try to wrap up his story, he goes and gets him and basically just drops him off at a fucking nursing home with a shitload of money. And at this point, Kevin Spacey hasn't become a nice person yet. He hasn't gotten his sainthood. So if you just take him to a fucking nursing home and then skip town, they're gonna find him and fucking kill him.
Thank you for everything you've done. Here's your squeaky ass wheelchair and a $10,000. Good luck to you.
Like, they would have found him and killed him, right? I mean, if this was the middle of the movie, you would know that was gonna happen. So just because it's the end, we're supposed to feel peachy good about it. That I didn't like. But again, overall, it's a badass movie. I still loved it. Just because of Edgar Wright's fucking badassery. If someone else made this movie, I think it would have sucked ass. But
you can't say that. You can't say that.
It would have sucked a little bit of ass. Are we done here?
Yep.
Are we fucking done?
We're done.
Shut the fuck up, let's talk shop. We love your fucking faces. If you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham opinion. We're outside. Is that weird?
No, it's so weird. It feels weird out here, guys. What are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button.
We watched a movie.